So now Otto has another project that I would be interested to listen to. And that project is called.
Well, it's really a blog that's an extension of the book I wrote, and
Okay.
so always doing
New
looking at
new projects.
new chapters to add to the book. And so one of the items I was looking at was the problem in New Orleans, because this whole city is 7 feet under sea level,
Okay.
and we're spending hundreds of millions of dollars a year just pumping out the water. Keeping the pumps going and having the Army Corps of Engineers. You're fighting nature, basically.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, and I thought, wouldn't it be such a beautiful city if they
Just let
became
it.
like Venice?
Venice.
Yeah,
It
you
would be a
just
tourist attraction.
right. Much more than today. They would make much more money than today, and all they have to do really is, lift the homes up and put them on concrete stilts and let the water flow underneath. And so you, instead of driving to work, you take a boat to work.
Just like
Uh,
Venice.
yes. And there are some skyscrapers already there in downtown New Orleans.
So what are you going to do about it?
It's very easy. Just take the first two floors, gut it out, and make it a parking for the boats. So the boats come and park underneath, and so they lose a
It
few floors at the bottom. But the way we can pay for this is take the same money that you're spending on the pumps
but
to
on the
pump it out,
pumps, yes,
and give it as a tax benefit to everybody that,
to lift their home.
or the buildings if they have to gut it out. So they get their money back for spending the money to do this. But then from then on out, they never have to spend the money again on taxes to keep the pumps running, and it'll
Have
be a
you made a
much.
comparison of costs?
I'm on the verge of doing that also for the book, so I'm actually doing all those calculations. But I
Because
also
if it, in the long run, is better with your idea, but
right
short
run,
term,
it may.
be expensive.
Yes, but I would say no more than, let's say, if it covers like the current expenses we have on the taxes, if it say covers between 3 to 5 years
Yeah,
of taxes,
yeah.
then it's worth it, because this is for the rest
This
of.
is the
Yeah,
rest of the life of the city.
exactly. And the other thing is, if there's someone poor, a lot of poor people live in the city, and they'll get much healthier too. Because if you think about it, they're sitting outside their porch in their house. The old people, they can fish for food, and it's very, very healthy fish that are in that area
Really?
off their porch, and they can eat healthier. I mean, rather than eating
The bad food.
yeah.
But do you think the people selling food would be against this? I don't know.
Well, I mean, this is a minority of people that are just
Oh,
gonna fish, so
okay.
it's not gonna.
Okay, so my main question is, did anybody listen to this idea that says it makes sense?
I actually sent copies of it to the Times-Picayune, which is a main newspaper in New Orleans. No response. So I put up a blog, and Google had a contest for ideas that would benefit the world the most. So I put this on several contests, and still I don't know if people understand it. If you haven't lived there and experienced one of the rainy seasons, I remember when I was living there, 2 weeks out of every year, I had to drive through water that was 5 feet. I mean, it came up to the window of my car,
Oh no.
and but that's normal, and people there accept it. You know,
Oh.
it's because the pumps aren't fast enough to get the water out, so you have no choice. You have to drive through that.
People
Uh,
still live there?
yeah, yeah. But the main point is, it would be such a beautiful city.
If we transform it.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So you need to basically get the attention of the person who is signing the check for the pumps.
Which is the federal government, so
So the federal government need to get your attention?
well, it's the Army Corps of Engineers, but
Did you send that project to them?
well, here's the thing. They don't want to lose their jobs.
No, I understand, but did you show them your project?
I've put my blog, yeah, I've sent
To them?
links, yeah, to everyone.
And they ignoring it?
Or, well, I don't
Obviously.
even know if they even read my mails. So,
Or who is their supervisor?
well, it's the Army Corps of Engineers, which is the U.S. Army, which is the generals reporting to the president. So it's
So it has to go directly to the president?
but he won't even understand it because he's never lived in New Orleans, so he doesn't know. He doesn't feel the pain of having to drive through the rain or the cost of the Army Corps of Engineers, and that's they hired like about 300 engineers to work on these projects, so they don't want to lose those
their
jobs.
of
Yes,
course.
so they're the wrong people to look at it. It has to be done by maybe that's why I'm doing the cost
A
analysis.
third
If I
party.
can
A third
exactly.
party.
So if I can do a cost analysis, prove to them, look, this is how much money you're gonna save every year after the first 5 years because of the if you
Of the change.
right, and you prove it on paper.
Then you send a consultant to Washington D.C. with the figures.
But even then, you have a lot of lobbyists against it.
That will lobby
Right.
against it.
Maybe
Obviously.
for whatever reason, the car manufacturers, whatever. But I would think that they shouldn't matter because they already have cars that can go both on ground
Boat
and water,
and- yeah.
and this would create a whole new
Industry.
city. Yeah, exactly.
More boats.
Yeah.
An industry for boats. Oh, then you should get an ally with the boat industry.
Yes,
That's your best ally. Why don't you get an ally there?
I'm trying.
You trying?
Yeah. And my blog is up there, so now I just send a link for
To
the
all
blog.
the boat companies?
But, whether people take the time to click on it or they think it's spam and just delete it, I don't know.
Okay. So you need to make phone calls. This way you have to talk to someone in person. So yeah, phone calls is the best, safest way to know whether you got a listening ear or not. Because like you say, email you don't know, blogs you don't know, but a phone call then you talk to a live person or like video conferencing, or you can give seminars online where you know how many people are attending and listening to you. So anyway, there's a lot to be done there too.
Yeah.
So that's what you do full time now? You work on these projects?
Well, I have my other consulting business too, but it's getting slower and slower.
You're a
which I don't
consultant
mind.
because you wrote that book, Silver Parachute?
Right. Well, this is an outcome of the consulting work that I did, where
Okay.
a lot of the information I had from my consulting jobs I included in the book. But I also still continue to do the same type of consulting I've always done, which is I do a visualization. So we take computer simulation, if you will.
Yeah.
So, for example, on this project, I could easily do a 3D model
Yeah.
on computer and actually show them how it's going to work.
The water
Exactly.
and you can do that?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're a computer programmer too?
Well, it's not really programming. It's I use there's already ready-made software that does
Oh,
the
that
visualization.
can show that?
Right.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's what I would do if the visual helps better
Exactly. Yeah.
to
Oh, yeah.
understand
Yeah.
rather than words.
Yeah, because a picture tells 1,000 words. It's
Yeah,
easier.
so go with that. Go with the pictures. So because if people don't see it, they have
Exactly.
a hard time visualizing it,
Right.
right? Okay, well, it was very interesting to interview you. You always have new ideas and very important ideas, I would say, that could affect many people.
Mhm.
So I'm so happy that you are here, and I'm sure you have many other projects, right?
Yes.
So let's do that maybe another day, but these two are very good.
Thank you.
So why don't you tell us again the name of the blog where we can find the one about Louisiana?
It's WordPress
WordPress.
/OTTOTHAV, my name.
What's your name? Okay. So in one word,
You're right.
Otto Thav. And they'll find different little postings about this idea and others.
Just one, yeah, on this blog.
On this blog
idea.
is just one. Okay.
Some of the other projects I'm working on, they're not, I'm still doing a lot more. It's not even ready to be blogged about, so.
Okay, so it's wordpress.com/Otto Thav.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with French American TV, and I will post this online, and then you can send you explaining to the world in a video what you want to do.
Great.
So
Thank
if there's anything else you want to add to it, now's your chance.
you. No, I think we just about
We
covered
did.
everything.
We did cover it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm happy that for that. So, so this was Otto Thav, OTTOTHAV, in case you don't see it very well on my coat, without my coat. So, and you can follow him online, wordpress.com/OTTOTHAV. So thank you again. It was a pleasure interviewing you. It's very interesting, and I'm happy that you bring to light all these problems and maybe bring a solution.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was my pleasure to interview you.
Yeah. We done?
Oui.